Hey guys, what's up? It's Sainty DJ and welcome back to another episode of our Minecraft Survival Let's Play, where our goal is to create an immersive and interactive city. And as the days tick by, and with builds popping up all over the place, we are slowly but surely reaching that goal. So last episode we took a lot more of a chill approach. So instead of working on those big projects that we are used to, we decided to work on detail and adding in a farm. And this farm is going to be very essential for us later down the track. But enough about the past, let's get to the present. So you're probably wondering why we're starting this episode off in a cave. And my question to you is, why not? No, out of all seriousness, we're in this cave because we found it not far off from our builds. And because we are starting to get low on those essential materials. But enough caving, let's get into today's build. So we have finally updated to 1.21.4. Now, unfortunately, we couldn't just go straight to 1.21.5. And that's because some of the mods I use in game to create my videos haven't updated to that new version. So unfortunately, it means we don't get all that new fun stuff. But that's okay because it still means we are getting something new. We now have the Pale Garden biome in this world. And because of this, I wanted to add in a build that uses those blocks. So we're going to be placing in a nice small modern house. And in this build, we'll be using a lot of that pale wood. But first, we need to make room for it. Hey guys, Editing Sainty here. So unfortunately, the next clip got corrupted. So yeah, this is all it recorded. But no, that's okay, because it's not like we recorded 34 minutes worth of gameplay. So basically, we added in a parking strip alongside of the road. So it went from this to that. So yes, as you can see, it looks a lot better. So now that we got that out of the way, let's continue with the video. So now that we have made the space, it is time to collect the materials. So as mentioned before, with the new update, I really wanted to incorporate the pale wood. So since this is the main material that we are going to be using, it only makes sense that we go get it first. So now we just need to search for the Pale Garden. So we will be needing Radagast, some food, and our leads. And with that all set, it is time to head out into the unknown. So since the Pale Garden is a new biome, we will have to find some unexplored terrain. And the only direction that we haven't really explored is north. But this means that we have to cross a very, very long ocean before we can find any land. And off we sail.
A few moments later.
We have been at this for about 20 minutes now. And it looks like it's starting to get dark. So yeah, hopefully not too much longer.
One eternity later.
Okay, I feel like we're just going around in circles at this point. There is no way it is taking us this long to find land. I think we're actually lost. This trip is actually just insane. I wonder how Radagast is doing. But just as all hope seemed lost, we found land, and on this land there is a village. My luck is finally beginning to turn. Now unfortunately in this village there was nothing really worth grabbing except some bookshelves. However, we did manage to find that there were actually two villages, and in between those villages was a pillager outpost, which had some of those allies held captive. So we are going to take note of this, because later in the future, we are definitely going to be needing these guys. So we didn't stay for too long because we were still looking for the Pale Garden. So the Pale Garden is commonly found within a dark forest. And it is also common to find these on top of a mountain. Are you serious? That's the first dark oak forest we found, and it is just one tree. Oh wait, never mind. There's a whole biome on the other side. But once again, we were disappointed as this was a very small dark forest. So once again, off we go. But after a few thousand blocks later, we finally find the Pale Garden. Now, once again, this Pale Garden wasn't that big, but that's okay. We only needed a few saplings so that we could take back to base. And we even got a little glimpse of one of the creaking. So it was time to do what we do best and chop down some trees. Now that we have all the pale wood that we need, it's time for the next material. So the next material that's on our list is snow. We have made a snow farm back at our base, and this allows us to collect the snow caps that is being dropped by the snow golem. However, by doing this, it can be very time consuming and tedious. So after half an hour of doing this, plus repairing our tool, this is how much we collected. And this wouldn't be too bad if we only needed a few stacks, but we're going to be needing a whole lot more for today's build. So instead, I went off to a snow biome and harvested all the snow there. And now with that done, we can now quickly collect up the next materials, like our deep slate, grey concrete, white concrete, mushroom stems, spruce wood, oak wood, frog lights, and a few materials from the nether. And now that we have all of our materials collected, it is finally time to start this build. Alright guys, we are back and we have finished the house finally. I love the look of this. This is looking so much better than I could imagine. And I'm really happy with this custom tree at the front. I wasn't too sure about it when I was building it, but I think it adds a lot of character and it definitely shows the size of this build. Which means it's time for a tour. So as we enter, we are presented with a small, beautiful chandelier. And off to the left, we have our living space. And to the right, we have our garage, which is pretty bare at the moment since no one has moved in yet. So we've got the TV. We've got a beautiful dining area. Look at that. Look at those lights. Next, it's on to a very modernized kitchen. And you can see that we've used frog lights along the bottom here and along the top here to give that sort of LED strip effect. And of course, every modern house needs some big modern windows. Now, as we go upstairs, we've got a bathroom straight ahead, which is pretty basic, but it works. To the left, we have our first bedroom. So you can see this is a sort of kid's bedroom. Then down the hallway, we have another big fancy window that overlooks the city here. And then inside we have our nursery, which I thought was really cute putting it together. We've got a few paintings so we can see probably mom and dad here. We've got a crib, change table, a little toy box, a little place for him to put, or her, for put her books. And we have, I guess, like clouds going across the wall here. And lastly, we have our master bedroom here. So as you can see, we've got the bed, a little desk off to the side here, and a wardrobe. Now, considering we don't have a lot of space here, I think the bed is a nice fit that sort of utilizes this space. And now for my favorite part, the bathroom. So we went for a very dark themed bathroom, which turned out awesome. We got the frog lights at the bottom. And I made sure to use a lot of this gilded blackstone because I think it gives off that nice gold and black theme. So like I said before, I am really happy with how this turned out. And this is the first actual house that we built completely in one episode. So that's exterior and interior. So thank you all so much for watching. I know we're going to be right back here next episode and we're going to try and put in another house. So anyway, guys, thank you again, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Peace out.